In today's video, we're talking about how to create a lead magnet. It's easier than you think, and whether you know it or not, you might actually have the pieces to already put together an incredible lead magnet that is set up for success. Hey, I'm Marley Jaxx, CEO of Jaxx Productions. When I first started my business, I did not know about the power of lead magnets, and I was just putting out content, trying to be valuable, and had no idea the money I was leaving on the table. So I'm really glad to be able to share this with you today. First, let's talk about the basics that every lead magnet should include. Then we'll dive into the different types of lead magnets you can use. Then I want to tell you the science behind a headline that converts. Then I'll tell you the story of a client I worked with and the one tweak that we did to her lead magnet that generated massive cash flow for her business. Let's first start talking about the lead magnet basics. Each lead magnet you create should be just enough to solve a problem for your audience, giving them a lot of value while also enticing them to want to know more about you and the other products and services that you provide. It's important to note that your lead magnet could just be a piece of something you've already created, which makes sense because if you want your lead magnet to be leading into something else that they can purchase, you can really reverse engineer from the main thing and take a piece of that, showing them like a little teaser of what they could get if they were to sign up for more. For example, I could have a program where I work with my customers to help them to build 6 or 7 figure businesses utilizing video marketing. Now, a piece of that strategy is they need to know how to create content. So maybe I take just a piece of what I provide in that program or in that service that I'm going to teach to them in this lead magnet. Maybe I give them a training about how to create 6 months of cash flowing content in 3 days. That will give them a piece of how they can build their business utilizing these strategies, but also show them that there's more if they want to take the next step. There's tons of different types of lead magnets that you can utilize. You can offer them an ebook, maybe you give them a quiz or some sort of an assessment, a checklist, a video training, a webinar, a strategy call. There are tons of opportunities, but the biggest thing to remember is you're giving them value, something that they're willing to exchange their email address for and willing to invest the time to learn more about you. So after hearing this, have you created a lead magnet before, or what are you going to create after learning from this? Let me know in the comments. Now, once you've created that lead magnet, the most important thing that you're going to need to make sure that people want to sign up for it is your headline. What are you calling that lead magnet? I'm going to share with you the science behind a headline that actually converts. Think of your headline as the first impression for your audience. If they land on your opt-in page and it's something that's just like, meh, I can Google that, or I can watch a YouTube video about that. We want to position it that you are the undeniable expert in your field, and what you're teaching is something that they can't get anywhere else. You only have a few seconds to capture their attention, so make sure you're doing it in a way that's really going to entice them. I'm going to give you an example. I had a client that was in the MLM space. She had a network marketing business, and she wanted to be able to help other people build their network marketing businesses. And at first she came to me thinking that she was going to make a lead magnet called, "How do you know that MLM is right for you?" Well, for the audience, they might look at it and go, well, I don't know. So then they leave the page, or they think, I don't know what MLM is, or I don't want to join an MLM business, and they would never opt in for it. So do you see how your headline needs to create a question in their minds, not by necessarily asking them a question, but that there's a curiosity hook in it. It might show them the problem it will solve for them, or how it will take away a pain point, or give them a result that they really need. So we worked on this headline for a while, and here's what we finally came up with. The new title turned into a case study of her experience. She titled it, "How I Created 6 Figures in 6 Months Without Cold Calling, Hard Selling, or Even Leaving My House." Now let me break down why this works. Sure, she could have just titled it "How I Created 6 Figures," which sounds enticing, but do you see how when she continued to add to it, it showed the clear benefit in the absence of pain? How I made 6 figures in 6 months. It shows the time frame too, which might get people excited about, if I implement this, maybe I can have the same results. How to create 6 figures in 6 months without cold calling, hard selling, or even leaving my house. Well, sure, those are inconveniences that one might have to go through in order to get that result, but she is the only person that's going to show you how she did it without those pain points. So play around with your headline so that you can really show the clear benefit in the absence of pain, just like this example. Now, if you want another example of a headline that you can use, you can also incorporate your unique mechanisms, anything that you have that is proprietary to you. I have another client that I worked with that he wanted to create a mindset challenge. And I knew the problem he would have with calling it a mindset challenge is how to position him as the expert. There are tons of mindset coaches out there, but what is it that he has that he could position as his own proprietary mechanisms that other people don't? And so as I'm sharing this story with you, I want you to think of the strategies or the systems that you use in your business and how can you give it a unique name? Name your frameworks, name your processes to position it as your unique mechanism. So he came to me with, I want to create a mindset challenge, and we worked on the messaging for a while, and finally we ended up with a 21-day subconscious reset challenge. See how that's very different and unique instead of mindset. And included in that subconscious reset challenge, he was also teaching his mental endgame activation system. So instead of just how to improve your mindset, was how to activate your mental endgame activation system. If you want to learn more about creating content that converts, meaning content that's going to lead people right into your lead magnet, I have a free training for you, one that might sound a little bit familiar. It's called How to Create 6 Months of Cash Flowing Content in 3 Days Without Publishing Your Face Off for Months with No Return. I've made that available to you for free if you want to click the link below.